Hey everybody, JC here. Happy Wednesday, late afternoon, early evening. It's about 4 o'clock. Gonna drive out to my wife's restaurant and boba shop and see her for a little bit, take care of a few things there, and then head on home. And we'll get to see some new things with Tesla full self-driving supervised version 13.2.1. I've already got the boba shop into the navigation, so let's go ahead, and all we have to do is push the little blue button. There we go. Started reverse out of my driveway. Easy does her. Great job. Works like a charm. As you can see, it was trash day today, so everybody's got their large trash containers out. We're doing a good job of avoiding those and the vehicles. Come up here to the stop sign and we'll take a left, but first we'll get back over into our lane, which I love that little maneuver that it does there. Gets around the vehicles parked to our right, but then as soon as it can, gets itself back into the right lane, so that way if any oncoming traffic needs to come into the neighborhood, we haven't blocked them. They have space. No earlier version did that. That is a nice, it's a little subtle nuanced touch that is just very human, very courteous. I like it. All right, come to our 0 mph NHTSA stop. Got our right blinker on, oncoming vehicle. We know hibby jibbies, no anxiety. Nice tight right turn, very good. All right, this will be the first trip that I take to my wife's restaurant since having version 13. So out of all the places that I drive to, this is probably my most common drive. So this is definitely a quote unquote daily drive type of thing for me. Not very far. It's about a 10-mile drive. Now that being said, it can take a little while because you do go through some pretty busy sections of Kingwood, Humble, and Atascocita to get there, but we'll just see. Right now it's showing it's about 25 minutes to get there. But one other thing that I think will be interesting to see on this FSD drive with version 13.2.1 is how it handles speed. I have it on the automatic set speed offset, and on previous versions of version 12, well, I should say, let me recharacterize that. Ever since we had the ability to have automatic set speed offset with city driving, which I believe did not start until version 12.5. And so when we went to that version, and we had full end-to-end for both city streets and for the highway, one of the other attributes that they added is that you could completely allow the software to select your speeds during city driving as well. And so obviously, me being the guy that likes to use all the bells and whistles, I had it set to that. I would say for the most part, when I was on version 12 with the automatic set speed offset for city streets, it was selecting pretty good speeds, like pretty good. But I'd say 25% of the time, maybe that's a little bit too harsh, maybe 15 to 20% of the time. And always on certain sections of road, it would just go 5 to 7 miles below the speed limit when it didn't need to. And so I really like to see how we do here. Now we are currently going 39 in a 45, but we've got a vehicle going that in front, so there you go. I think we have our first indication. We just put on our right blinker to get around this slower vehicle. So the vehicle in front of us is going about 38 in a 45. We are now going 44 in a 45. That's good to go. We do have a stoplight coming up here, so you don't want to pick up too much speed. Have some pedestrians to the right, boyfriend, girlfriend, I suppose. Definitely don't want to scare them by coming through here hot. All right, we got a stoplight. So thus far, that was one of the legs where I would say on version 12 with automatic set speed offset, we were always going about 39 or 40 in a 45 there. Always about 5 to 6 miles below the speed limit. Nothing terrible. You can do it, but it's just not necessary. And so right there, we actually were going about 38, 39, but we were stuck behind a slower vehicle. Very good job right there. No hibby-jibbies on stopping for that vehicle. But we put on the right blinker, got over to the right, and sped up to 44. I think we got up to 44 there. So that was great. All right, where's the navigation taking us? Oh, we're going into a neighborhood. Okay, so I'm also fully using Tesla navigation. So I allow Tesla navigation to do everything. And I've got it set, like I said, I use all the bells and whistles. So I have it set to Tesla navigation to pick the entire route, soup to nuts. And I have it set to that if it can find a route that is 1 minute or more efficient, take it. So if it finds a route that is 61 seconds faster than what we originally had set in the navigation, it'll take that route. So like I've said in prior videos, if you haven't seen any of my earlier ones, I can have drives, longer drives sometimes, where I get rerouted 5 or 6 times. Just simply because it finds a route that may save us 2 minutes. And if you're manually driving, that may seem like a headache. But when you're being driven by the software, it's no headache at all, because you're just along for the ride. You're supervising. So I am no longer supervising trying to find the right exit or on-ramp or off-ramp. I am completely just focused on, are we about to screw up or not? From a traffic standpoint, not from a navigation standpoint. So that is a huge headache that Tesla navigation can take away from him. And I will tell you, I have used it enough that I don't second guess it anymore. There have been times where I've been like, really? We're going this way? And lo and behold, it was right. And it saved a lot of time. All right, we're taking a left. Beautiful house right there. Like that white brick, white painted brick. So yeah, the navigation has taken us through a local Kingwood, Texas neighborhood, presumably to save some time, because North Park and Westlake Houston Parkway, that juncture was probably pretty backed up. All right, we're about to take a right here. Looks like some folks waiting on their kids to get out of school over there. Got a church over here. Apartments to the right, a church to the left, and a water plant of some sort directly ahead of us. Yeah, I don't normally go through this part of Kingwood to get anywhere, but again, that's another really cool thing about Tesla navigation, is when it does start rerouting you to take you a more efficient route, sometimes you'll see parts of your town, of your city, that you either haven't seen in quite a while or haven't never seen at all. But again, it knows everything. Unless Google Maps is screwed up. And that can happen. And I've had 3 situations personally where Google Maps had an error. And so if you do, and those are few and seldom, like I said, I've been almost 2 years with this, and it's only 3 times. One of them fairly recent, but you will from time to time have some snafus. And what I will tell you is every single time for me that we've had those snafus, it has been a Google Maps issue, because the Tesla navigation does sit on top of Google Maps. Obviously, at this point in time, I would say probably the best, mapping system out there is highly likely Google Maps. So a lot of things are, built on top of that platform, as is Tesla navigation. But there are going to be errors from time to time. And so if you do identify one, Google Maps has a very easy mechanism for you to report that to them. I don't know why I got off on that. Probably because I just had one very recently. But yeah, you can report those to them. I don't know how fast it'll take them to get to it, but all 3 times I've done it before, they have fixed it. So I expect them to fix this next one. And so due to the fact that they fixed it, it was clearly, they agreed with me, it was an error. And that can happen. I mean, the world's a big place, and they're trying to map all of it, right? So there can be errors, especially in a town like Houston, where we have, number one, it's huge. Like, I live 40 miles northeast of downtown Houston, and I'm still considered the outer edge of the greater Houston area. Like, where I live is definitely considered to be part of the greater Houston metropolitan area. And I live 40 miles from downtown. So number one, it's a huge place geographically. Well, it's population-wise as well, but definitely geographically. And then second, I mentioned on a previous video that, we've gone from being a city of 3 to 4 million people 20 to 25 years ago to we're at 8 to 9. For the greater metro area. And so, lots of construction, a lot of new things popping up, a lot of things being reconstructed, newly constructed, torn down, put back together, just so it can accommodate a city that's basically doubled. How many large metropolitan areas do you know of that have literally doubled in 20 to 25 years? I mean, Houston, I believe Dallas, they may have doubled as well. Austin has more than doubled. Now, granted, Austin is nowhere near as big as Houston or Dallas, but yeah, its starting point was much smaller. But it's even, from a percentage-wise, it's done big. So you got a lot of places where you're just going to have wrong map data every once in a while. So let me end that discussion. I don't think anybody's tuning in to this FSD video on version 13 to hear about how you make an edit to Google Maps. Sorry about that. But from a automatic set speed offset standpoint so far, it's been really good. We got another couple of places up here that it's historically had a few issues, and we'll see there with the speed. But the first place that we normally had it looked good to go. Yeah, we went from a place where it used to be 38 or 39 in a 45 to we put on the right blinker and got around somebody going 38 and sped up to 44. And I don't know if it would have gotten up to the speed limit or not, because we had a stop light ahead of us. But I would say, oh, great move. Great anticipation. So those cars were slowing down for that vehicle that was turning right into the Kinko's. I believe that was a Kinko's in the pool supply store. And so we identified a gap, we got over, and we were able to avoid that. Yeah, anticipation. Showing my age there. Y'all remember that commercial. If you're over the age of 50, you remember that ketchup commercial. Anticipation. I know it was a song too. For the life of me, I don't know who sang that. One of those hippy dippy groups from back in the 60s or early 70s that my mom loved to listen to. Once again, I've diverged away from FSD. You're going to notice that with me quite a lot. If you're new to my channel, you're going to notice that you're going to be lucky if 50% of what comes through my video has anything to do with Tesla or FSD. So I apologize from the get-go on that. I have been known to talk about the 1978 Dallas Cowboys quite a bit, especially Roger Staubach. He will come up from time to time. I'm just going to forewarn you, if you are a Dallas Cowboys hater, I just want to forewarn you that the terms 1970s and 1990s Cowboys may come up from time to time. Roger Staubach will definitely come up. Troy Aikman maybe, but Roger was my guy when I was growing up. So just a forewarning on that. Some military stuff. I'm a Marine veteran, so I was a machine gunner in the Marine Corps, machine gunner and mortarman, and so from time to time I may discuss military tactics, strategery. I don't know, just whatever comes to mind. The speed is doing great through here, so let me stop talking about my mumble jumble nonsense. Look at this. We are going 46 and a 45 right now, keeping up with traffic, and this is a part of Westlake Houston Parkway where we would go 38, 39 in the right lane. Now, obviously, we're slowing down now because somebody in front of us is turning left. That is excellent. So, second place I wanted to see, check. So we checked off the first place. We've checked off the second place. Now, let's see how we do here. We're continuing to speed up. 44 and a 45, but as you can see, we also have a vehicle directly in front of us. Awesome. Awesome. So that was the second speed zone I wanted to see. Let's see how we do going there. Most folks go about 50, even though it's a 45, most folks go 50, and there we go. We were going 45 and a 45, but quite frankly, nobody goes 45 over this. They all go about 50, and we are going 55 and a 45, staying up with the traffic, not getting left behind in the dust over in the right lane, which is fine. You can go the speed limit over this bridge, but if you do, you're going to get left in the dust and get pushed over to the right. 56 in a 45, and look at traffic. Look at us. We're staying with traffic. Yes. Yes. Sorry about that. I overreacted there. Because that can be, it doesn't lead to an intervention. There's no safety issues with it. But as long as I'm the supervisor, it's uncomfortable to have people behind you wanting to go the speed limit and you're going 40 and a 45. That is completely legal, probably safer, but yeah, awesome. So that automatically tells me that the Tesla AI team is getting, the confidence in this software has really grown exponentially. Yes, I love it. So that's the third one down. So we've got 3 down. Thinking ahead of myself here. We were always good through here. We were always pretty good right through here. From here, to 1960. I think it was, let me think if there was another spot there. Yeah, we're going, right now we're going 42 and a 45. Oh, we could be going a little bit fast. Oh no, I take that back. We're in a 40. I thought we were in a 45, so it had not reset the speed limit there. So this is, that's right, this is a 40 through here. So we're going 41 and a 40. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. But we were good through here before. So let me disregard that one. This one has stayed the same. Was there another spot? Yes, there was. There's one more spot. So there'll be 4 total speed zone spots that were, like I said, they weren't interventions from any stretch of the imagination, no safety concerns. But whenever you're going 5 to 7 miles below the speed limit, if you're going 38, 39 and a 45, you know what I'm talking about. In Houston, Texas, you know, you're going to be a nuisance to some people. And you don't want to be a nuisance. So there's one more. So we've seen 3 out of 4. 3 out of 4 have been checked off, at least this first drive. So love it. So I have not had, this is my 3rd day with version 13.2.1, and I have had 0 speed issues. 0. None on the highway, and so far none on the city streets. I should be not, why am I doing, so I'm doing this like, man, they're so good. But all right, I'm gonna use some of my Marine veteran learnings on you. If you're ever talking to somebody and you're trying to get answers out of them, not that I ever did that, but if you're ever trying, I don't want to use the word interrogating, but if you're just talking to somebody and wondering if they're telling the truth, don't listen to their words, watch their facial expressions and how they turn their neck. So like, you will have people that will literally be like, I would never lie to you. It's like, okay, well, why aren't you negating yourself? You know, look at the eyes, look at the facial motion, expressions and the motions with the head. Anyway, I went off on another tangent there. But yeah, just so impressed. So impressed. Wow. So impressed. Well, that Bobcat's seen some better days. It's been getting some work done. Look at that. All right. Going by another school, but I believe, what time? 4:50. Yeah, that's an elementary school over there, so they've been out for a while. I think elementary schools around here get out around 2:30. Oh, this will tell us right up here. Well, we're going the speed limit anyway for the school zone. They don't have a time on it. All right, we're getting near 1960. Can get a little congested up here around 1960, but doesn't look too bad right now. All right, the Bobcat gets over. So while we're stopped, let me think if there's anything else that would be important to tell y'all. For a bunch of y'all that are maybe new to my videos, and if you haven't seen, I do try to include all the attributes of what I have for my Tesla full self drives. So I am on the hurry mode. I have 50% automatic set speed offset, and I use Tesla navigation. So for those of you who don't own Teslas or don't use FSD, what I mean by hurry mode is with FSD, you have 3 modes you can select: hurry, normal, and chill. So I mentioned it. I had a couple of comments. Well, I shouldn't say a couple. I'd say a small handful of comments on one of my videos, you know, noticing like, holy moly, you know, certain points in time there on the highway, you were really going at it. And I was telling them, I was like, well, look, just so you know, I personally have it set to the hurry mode because I want to see and I want to be able to show you all the bells and whistles. You don't have to do that. There are 2 other settings you can put Tesla FSD at if you're not comfortable being in the hurry mode. I mean, it's called hurry for a reason, right? I use it because I want to show you. I want to turn it up to 11. All right, we're going through a school zone here. We got the school zone light at 20. We are slowing down. We are slowing down. We are slowed down to 19 miles an hour right now. All right, let me focus on this. And there is a large enough gap in front of us. We would definitely, look at this. We are going 18 miles an hour right now, and there is a very large gap between us and the vehicle in front of us. We slowed down for that school zone light. That is, I mean, that gap between us and the Murano, the Nissan Murano, no, I am in the hurry mode. If we had not been heeding that speed zone light, no, we take gaps much quicker than that. Now see, everybody's getting back up to the normal traffic here. Yeah, it slowed down for the school zone. Wow. Excellent job. So, and I will tell you, the other area where it would sometimes go slower than it needed to was right before you get to the school, and it checked that off. It was going 35. There would be some times where it would go about 30, 31, and I'm like, come on. So all 4 speed zones, I was yapping while we were going through it. Probably by the time we go back, the school zone will be over, so we'll see it again going back. All 4 school zones coming here. Check, 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 check. Good to go. And an added bonus, that school was still in over there. Just kind of interesting. It's 4:20. Anyway, so they still had an active school zone with the light flashing. And we slowed down to 18 miles an hour at one point with a demonstrable gap between us and the Nissan Murano. And then when we got past the school, when the light, you know, we got through the light and past the school, and we're going by the track where you saw all the rest of traffic speeding up, then we closed the gap with the Murano and went back to going with traffic like everybody else. That's perfect. Now, let me be transparent here. I do not yet know, and probably I believe the answer is still no to this, but they'll let the school bus through. There you go. I don't think school zones are completely 100% done yet, and the reason why is, great, it honored that light, and I hope I see that more often. But what I don't know if it's honoring yet, and just quite frankly, this is a pretty normal thing for a lot of school zones, especially around like elementary schools, is you won't just have the school zone light, but you'll have either police officers or crossing guards out there manually stopping traffic and letting it go, and literally having you disregard, you know, normal traffic. So let me concentrate on this. All right, we're pulling in behind the Jiffy Lube, which is right next to my wife's restaurant. All right, go around the Jiffy Lube. Restaurant's right in front of us. I can see the drive-through window. I can see my mother-in-law's minivan. All right, let's see how she does. First time in the restaurant parking lot. Perfect. Make a good turn in. Are we gonna find a spot to park? No, we are not. It is going to do the robo-taxi thing and stop right in front like it was dropping us off. Hey, you got to do these to find out. So it did not park us here. It parked us at the HEB, but it's interesting. It's parking me at the very large places, but at like restaurants, no. So I'm going to go ahead and get parked and go in, and I will talk to y'all again soon. Bye. All right, everybody. Done at the wife's restaurant boba shop, and it's time to head on home. So let's push the little blue button. All right. Here we go. Got a FedEx truck right to our side, but it's far enough away we should be able to maneuver there. Good job. All right, got an individual. How are you doing? Guy from the Jiffy Lube going back across the street. He was letting me through. I gave him a quick wave. Very nice of him. All right, we got some oncoming vehicles. Take a right turn. Excellent. Yeah, this is considered Atascocita, Texas, where we're at right now. And then we'll go through a little bit of, I guess the same, Humble and Atascocita, but Atascocita is considered like one specific part of Humble. And then we'll go through Kingwood, and then finally get back into Porter. Going through one of the Atascocita neighborhoods right here, come to a four-way stop. It's our turn. Good job. So we'll take a look at the speed selection again on the way back. Did a great job twice of reversing us out of a parking spot to get on our journey. When we got to the restaurant, oh, we got a fire in. There we go. Well, they're going on by anyway. It did not try to park us in a parking spot, but instead dropped us off right in front of the restaurant as if it were a quote-unquote robo-taxi, Uber, Lyft type of situation. So what my understanding is right now, let's get through this light first, and then I'll talk a little bit more about the parking. There we go. All right, let me just check out the speed limit through here. All right, we are in a 35. And we have sped up to 42 miles per hour in a 35. And you can see, we're at 43 now. You can see the cars in front of me. We are basically going along with traffic. This is normal through here. Excellent. We're going with traffic. School zone no longer in session. As you can see, the light is no longer blinking. And the windshield wiper wipes away absolutely nothing. All right. At 43 and a 35, perfect. Perfect through here. We're going along with traffic. You can see the traffic. We'll slow down here. Right. So what I was going to say about parking is this particular point release of version 13, which is the very first customer-wide, like total customer base of AI4 Teslas to receive version 13. This is the first one, so there's going to be more. This is just the first one. One of the functionalities still to come is the ability to select how you want to be delivered somewhere. So in other words, right now, what you can do is find a spot in the navigation. So obviously I can navigate to my wife's restaurant, but there isn't the ability to say how you want to be delivered there. Do you want it to be like a cybercab, robo-taxi, Uber, Lyft type of thing, where you just go to the front? Like if you're in a Tesla and you're driving for Uber, you don't want to park. I don't want you to find me a parking spot at the restaurant. I want you to drive up right to the front so I can drop off my passenger. So you're going to have that ability. Clearly, that's what it appears to be defaulting to, for me, at least. In the 3 days I've had it, it seems to be defaulting mostly to dropping you off in front. There was the two places where it has parked me is it's parked me at HEB each time I've gone, and it did park me at one time at night, not a couple of nights ago. I just made a quick run to a convenience store, and it parked me at the convenience store. Oh Lord, thank you Jesus. Oh my gosh, I thought that guy might get run over. Oh, thank you. That's dangerous. But let me get my head back in the game here. I don't like seeing that. I don't want him to get hurt. So yeah. So there's that. There's the ability to select, hey, park me in a parking spot at like an HEB or Kroger or Best Buy or something like that. And then there's a third one would be park me to the side, right? So what I've seen it doing, what it defaults to, and what I presume it's going to do when we get home, is it's going to try to park me to the side of the house, because technically that's where the address is. You know, it's the address is inside. It is not inside my garage or on my driveway. It's like, you know, right in front of the street. Exactly where an Uber or Lyft would come to, right, is right along the side of my house. So I'm presuming that's exactly what it's going to do here. But in future updates, it's going to allow you to select that, so that when you select a place in the navigation, there'll be a further selection you could make of, okay, well, how do you want to end the trip once you get there? Do you want to drop somebody off like a Uber or Lyft? Do you want to park there? Find a park? He came back again. What? I don't know what. That is just so dangerous. All right, well, at least he made it through unscathed. All right, making our way through the traffic light here. And so, yeah, that's coming in an upcoming release. So just to be transparent with everybody, that is not currently part of the functionality of version 13.2.1. That will be part of the functionality in version 13, but it's going to be coming in a further point release. It is interesting, though. The very first time that I get in the Tesla with version 13.2.1, it literally did soup to nuts. Parking spot to parking spot without me having to do anything. And it has done that a couple of times since then, but again, the vast majority, it's clearly defaulting to doing the Uber, Lyft, Robo-Taxi, Cybercab drop-off. All right, we're doing 43 and a 35, 44, perfect. Staying up with traffic, not going any faster, not going any slower. Get over in the left lane. All right, we are going 42 and a 40 through here. So again, maintaining really good speed. Basically knocking out all of the problem areas. And problem may be, I may be overusing that word. Oh, it looks like it wants to reroute us. Interesting. So it is rerouting us. I have no clue where it's rerouting us to, but it says it is. So we'll just see. It is about 5 minutes after 5:05 p.m. So it can get a little busy. Oh, there you go. Yes, you have an engine. Interesting, he wants to do that right behind a school bus. I'm not sure I want to show out around a school bus and then try to tail it. What are you doing, dude? That's a school bus. He's literally trying to like get right up on the back end of a school bus. I mean, I know what he wants to do. He wants to like rip and roar like 60 through here. And of course, it's a kid. Oh, jeez. With AirPods in his ears and looking at his iPhone. Yeah, Tesla FSD, one of the fortunate and unfortunate things of Tesla FSD. The fortunate thing is I get to see a lot more around me because I'm not having to focus on as many trivial things, and I can focus completely on the drive. But one of the unfortunate things is I can see all these yahoos a lot easier because I am so much more observant. Look at this kid. So can't be older than early 20s. Might even be a teenager. Look at him. What are you going to achieve tailing a school bus? You're not going anywhere, dude. Just go with traffic. Turn on your FSD. So right now, for all of y'all watching, that is somebody's teenage or early 20s kid. Don't know if that's his car or your car. He's got AirPods in his ears. He's looking at his phone the whole time. He's got it in his lap like this. And he's trying to shove everybody off the road to get out of his way, including a school bus. Perfect. All right, we were going, let's see how we're gonna do through here. We're staying with traffic. Oh man, I love it. We are staying with traffic. All good. I'm glad now he, I don't know, he seemed to have smartened up. Now he's not revving his engine anymore. He's going with traffic. There you go, son. There you go. There's plenty of places and plenty of time. Oh Lord, he almost drifted. Okay, put your phone down. Put your phone down. He almost drifted over and hit the curb over there. I'm sorry, people. I know I'm supposed to be talking about FSD, but when I see a young kid in my neighborhood, hell, it could be one of my friend's kids. And I'm telling you, kids lose their lives around here doing stuff like that. And not on this road right here, and we're not going to go down it, but on Kingwood Drive, back over that way. Literally within a half a mile from each other, I know two kids that have lost their lives. Literally within a half mile of each other. Years apart. One of them now, when did Natalie die? That was 2008. And then about 3 years after that, same place, same area on Kingwood Drive, just about a half mile further east. So it can happen out here. All it takes is for you to be going about 50 miles an hour and you hit that curb right there, and these medians have so many trees in them, and you hit a tree head on going 50 miles an hour, you can lose your life. I personally know of it with two kids on that street right over there. And I do, unfortunately, have 3 other young people that have passed away that were family members or children of friends. We gotta find a way. People aren't gonna put their phones down. Let's just be blunt. They're not gonna do it. There's already laws all over the country about it. There's ordinances, there's rules. Okay, this is interesting. We're cutting out some time going this way. So usually we would just go straight across Kingwood Drive, but we're cutting out some stuff here. We're gonna see some parts of Kingwood we don't normally see. But yeah, it's my personal opinion. We're not gonna get the phones out of people's hands. That train has left the station. Like, it just has. And until we get to maybe we get to a point where you no longer need a handheld device and it can all be done, but we're just not going to at this point. And so we've got to get a mechanism where if they're going to have the phone in their hand, then let's get to unsupervised full self-driving so that these kids and these folks aren't killing themselves. And other people. All right. And we are going to be coming up. Well, I mentioned it. So directly to my right, about 100 yards to my right, that median right there, that exact median right there, you see how many trees are there. And I had a friend who lost his daughter 100 yards over that way about 15 years ago. She was 17 with a friend of hers. So it was her and her friend. They both lost their lives. I didn't know her friend. And it was a Sunday evening, just joyriding and going about 50, 55, and just hit that swerve too hard, overreacted, hit the curb, launched them, and in a battle of going into a median with a bunch of trees like that, it's just generally not going to work out well. And it didn't that night, unfortunately. And we lost her forever. And man, she was so smart. Great soccer player. Oh my God, she was going to play. She was, I think she had some scholarships to play college soccer. Sorry to everybody internationally football, but yeah, just a smart girl. Great grades, just a tremendous athlete. I mean, just a 5-tool player, you know, to use a baseball analogy. She was a 5-tool player. She was just going to be, whatever she put her mind to, she was going to be good at it. And it just all went away in a span of seconds on one Sunday evening, coming from Starbucks. Literally, they left their home, went to Starbucks, and the Starbucks is right over there. So we're talking about a 2-mile drive from Starbucks to go back home. 2 miles. That's it. She was literally, the Starbucks she left from was 2 miles from her house. And not late Sunday night. It was like 6 o'clock in the evening. So, you know, you call it dusk. I still remember getting that phone call. All right, making the right turn here. Very smooth. Got a car that was coming in hot at us. We did not overreact. We were ready. Got another truck. They were kind of coming in hot. We're going to get over to the left. That's a good decision. Very good decision making, Tesla FSD. Let's just get over to the left. We have so many vehicles trying to come in from the right. Let's just avoid all that. All right. Speed selection has been absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. The reaction to other vehicles has just been, it's not even human-like. It's beyond human. Much better. Otherworldly. No, I'm just kidding. Being hyperbolic there. But extremely good. And we did. We cut out a lot of traffic right there. That's what I'm telling you. Tesla navigation, it knows what it's doing. It just cut out quite a bit of traffic there at the intersection of Kingwood Drive and Westlake Houston Parkway. Let's see what it's got. So it is now, it's going to go ahead and take us on up to North Park. And so we'll have one more stretch to see. If it's not too congested, we'll have one more stretch to see, hey, did it check everything off from a automatic set speed offset perspective. I do believe we're going to have some flashing yellow lights that will be coming up here. We'll see how our speed does going through that we maintain speed and don't get jittery. Excuse me. Here's those flashing yellows. So we're going 38 and a 40 right now. And we maintain our speed. Good job. And the reason we were going 38 and a 40 is twofold. We did have some cars in front, but also we're coming up on a traffic signal, traffic light. We get good lane selection. We get into the rightmost left turning lane, which is that's the lane we want to be in. Starting to lose a little daylight here, so good thing is we should be home before we completely lose daylight. I think it's 5:30 when it technically is sundown. So we should be good for about another 10-15 minutes. And it's showing us we'll be home in about 5. So we're good to go. Yeah, so apologies anybody that was just tuning in for 100% FSD. I know I went on a couple of divergent trails there, but I'm known to do that. All right, well, we don't have our signal yet. There we go. Got the green turning, protected left. Very good, tight left turn. Stay in our lane, maintain speed. Very good job. All right, yeah, I don't know if we're gonna be able to, we'll see. But obviously, as you can see, we're in a 40 mile per hour zone, and the traffic ahead of us is going about 35. So we're just maintaining speed with them. Got a traffic light coming up. There's the green light. Right. I think that's it for traffic lights for us, I'm pretty sure. And then we'll make about another 3/4 of a mile. Make a right turn and be near the neighborhood. And in this 3rd day with Tesla full self-driving supervised version 13.2.1. Right, the vehicle in front of us has put on their right blinker, so obviously they're about to turn in here, so we should start slowing down a bit. There we go. Leave a nice gap. Perfect. Excellent. Left a nice gap there. Did not overreact. That was excellent. Just comfortable. Absolutely comfortable. Like if somebody were in the back seat, they would not be thrown around or pushed forward or anything like that. Pushed to the side. That would have just been so smooth. All right, got a little congestion here. Nice, easy, easing into the stop here. I like that. Even though it did, the congestion kind of got right up on us. It's so hard to portray to you how smooth when it comes into stops like that. It's basically engineered now where if somebody's sitting in the back seat or the passenger seat, I mean, and they're asleep, you're not going to wake them up. Or they're doing something, they're doing some work, they're watching a movie, they're not going to look up and say, oh, what just happened? Ooh, that guy had somewhere to go. All right. Nice right turn, very smooth. Very smooth. Got a Dodge Ram truck that got right in front of us. We get around. Good maneuver. That is extremely human-like. I'm gonna tell you what, on earlier versions, I'm not sure we would have done that. I think we'd have just, first of all, we'd have gotten a little bit spooked by the Dodge Ram truck kind of suddenly going in front of us. I shouldn't say suddenly, but fairly quickly going in front of us. And then we would have just stayed right behind them until we had everything kind of figured out. That one is just like, all right, you're gonna go there? Well, I'm gonna trade places with you. All right, well, I think my screen has told us when the sun went down. There we go. I was thinking it was 5:30. Looks like it's more like 5:20, because that's what it is. It's 5:20 right now. You can see we've still got a little bit of it, but we're really losing daylight. And I'm assuming the sun has gone down, because when your screen goes dark, that's a pretty good indication. All right, nice left turn, very smooth. Maintain speed. Make our right turn. Awesome. Very smooth. Got an oncoming vehicle. We get over to the right to let them through and give them a wave. They gave the Tesla a wave, so I'll give the on behalf of Tesla FSD, I will wave back at one of my neighbors. She's like, oh, there's that crazy Tesla guy again, talking to his camera. We need to talk to his wife. Make sure she's okay. Do you want us to say something to him too? No. All right. Yep, it's doing exactly what I presumed it would do. Like a robo-taxi. There we go. All right. Well, a couple of great drives, 0 interventions, but again, that's not really the thing that's not the headline. The headline is just how absolutely smooth that 13.2.1 is. Decisive, confident, and I think the real headline for this drive is there were 4 speed zones that I wanted to check out, and going there and coming back, check, 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 check. And on the way back, check, 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 check. Perfect. Just absolutely going along with traffic, the right speed for the right time with the traffic around us. Just great decision making there. So, oh, you're okay, young lady. I think they were thinking, is he about to take off? So, yeah, that's just perfect. Just absolutely perfect. There's nothing really. I'm racking my head right now to go back. Was there something that was like a little nuanced snafu, or something I would have done different, or that could have been better? Honestly, I can't think of any. If I can, as I'm going back through the video, maybe I'll pinpoint it out. But yeah, third day, I have yet to have any interventions of any sort. So I've had this for 3 days now. I've had 0 critical interventions, 0 non-critical interventions, maybe a small handful of little nuanced things, but I can't even think of those at this point. It's just, for the drives I've done thus far, it has just been great. So I know that folks have commented they'd love to see me go downtown. I will definitely be heading into downtown Houston sometime soon. So I'm going to do downtown Houston. I'll do the museum district. I'll do Montrose. I know some folks from the Woodlands and Spring area are interested in a couple of places. I'll do that. So don't you worry. As long as we still have that, until we get a new software version comes out. It's like everything. Once a new release comes out, then this is old news and nobody wants to see me do anything with it. But while this is the latest and greatest, I will try to hit as many places in the Houston area as I can. All right, well, with that, as the sun's going down, I just want to wish everybody a wonderful rest of your Wednesday evening. Hope it goes great. Have a nice dinner, spend some time with your family, and then I hope you have a great start to your Thursdays tomorrow, and we will talk again tomorrow sometime. All right, everybody, have a good one.